If you could tell by the opening theme song of this video, this is going to be a fun one. This is a classic toy I recently picked up and a cool deal over this past weekend. It is from a cartoon series, not the Transformers. If you've ever watched this show, Gobots, that's right, Gobots was a cartoon that came out originally in 1983 by Tonka. And this is the one toy I'll show you here in just a second as we get to it that I played with one time. And this is the first time I've seen it and actually owned since then. Let's get to it. Join the Funhouse Retro Funhouse. So if you remember the 1983 Tonka product known as Gobots with such characters like Leader 1, Scooter. I do have a Scooter figurine, but it's actually in the game room, not in the Funhouse mini studio, as we'll call it. But yeah, it was Leader 1 was one of the main leader of the Gobots. He had Scooter. There was other characters. I can't remember all of them. But Scooter was one that I really remember because it was one that actually was the first figurine that I did own as a kid growing up. And then you had the, what was it, the Renegades, I believe they were called, the villains of the Gobots. And you had Psykill, Copter, Mercedes, which I actually own Mercedes. She is right up there. I should have pulled her down. She's right up there. I should have pulled her down. I'll try and pull her down here in a second. But I want to show the main item that I picked up. I remember the last time I actually physically played this was back in the 80s, later in the 80s, because the GoBot show only lasted for a year, actually, before it was gone. So actually, they only did one season of the cartoon. I think it was from like 1984 to 1985. And around the time that GoBots came out in 84, when they actually did a cartoon series, Transformers had came out, which everyone knows Transformers blew up, and it left GoBots in the dust. But originally, I do remember watching GoBots. It was a cartoon I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed watching the GoBots. The figurines, when you bought them, they were simple to transform. And it was a fun show. I thought it was really good. I just think the fact that for kids in the 80s, you had to choose between Transformers and the GoBots. And I really enjoyed the GoBots. But yeah, my attention did go towards Transformers, which the Transformers were a lot harder to transform, a lot of the figures. Even as a kid trying to figure out how to transform them without damaging them. But still, this episode talking about the GoBots. And this is a fun item. Like I said, I picked this up in a trade. But it's the Gobots Command Center. I remember the first time I actually played with this. Godly, it was probably 1986, maybe 1986. A friend that I had that lived in an apartment complex that I did. We'd play on the side of the building where there was a mini sidewalk and had a lot of bushes and grass and stuff. And we would play there. And I had, like I said, I had Leader 1. I had Copter. And, of course, I had Scooter. Scooter was, again, my favorite. But I just wanted to show this off. This is a fun piece again. Of course, the back piece right here is missing. When I bought it, that's how it was. Or when I traded for it, that's how it was missing. This is, of course, right here where it opens up so you can see the actual command center on the inside. It does open. And one thing for sure, this took me a minute to remember how to do because I haven't played this since I was 6, maybe 7. Probably 6, I think. Is the legs. I forgot how the legs lock in, but the legs on both sides lock in very well, as you can see. If I can get there, go see. It works, stands very well. See if I can get him in the picture of him standing. Could you? Whoa, where'd I go? But he stands really well. He has no problems. Legs are pretty strong. They're not, this one's a little wobbly. Not too bad. This one over here, not too bad. So really, this is the wobbliest one. Here is the face of the GoBots. Command Center is really cool. It always looks like a face to me, and this does work. If you want to know, it does work. I put a 9-volt battery. I have the 9-volt battery here, which I don't have the 9-volt battery plugged into the Command Center because it makes. If you've ever heard this thing, it makes a really loud, awkward kind of noise. If you've ever played the Pac-Man Coleco Mini arcade, when it's like and it's Pac-Man. This is pretty loud too. The first time I turned it on and it played it, my kids were just like, "What is going on?" But yeah, it has the 9-volt connector here, and it does work. I was really glad it worked. This was broken off, but it does easily sit inside of it like normal. Like normal. There it fell out. Anyways, there's you see, you push this button down. If you don't know, I'm just trying to show you, but if you do know, then you know. You push this piece right here down, and it goes down, not in. It goes down, and then these lights would light up. They'd blink red. Really basic, just blinks red, kind of slow, and it would make the bang, bang, bang. I believe it talks. I'm not 100% sure. Let me show you the inside, though. This is the part I'm pretty sure you all wanted to see as well. And again, here's the stickers on it are really good. Stickers are in really good condition, except right there is some damage on it. See the stickers on both sides, really good condition. And let me open this baby up. Here's where you open it up. So basically, once you're open it up, it would stand like this. You'd open it wide open, just like that. See, it doesn't have the inside pieces, which I've seen this I think once, but I didn't play with it. I get to mess with it. I've seen it at a toy convention from a glass display. But basically, when you open this up, it's supposed to have these connectors here. So if you can see these connectors, and that way it's kind of separate compartments for the command center. Here you would have the enemy reprogramming center, which would here there'd be like a little gate that you can put the figurines in. This is a cafeteria. I didn't know robots could eat, but apparently this is a cafeteria. It says on here today's menu. I wish I could really read that. I can't really read that, but then here was another piece that something went to, and like I said, there was some kind of a separator fence, something that would go here. This down here, this is the fueling area, it says, as you can see that. And then over here we have the trauma center. Look at that, someone being worked on right now. I'm not sure who that is. It looks like it could have been Scooter. And then down here you have the interrogation center, and it says wanted. There's Psykill, Copter, who is that? Loco, and somebody else. And then the Gobot dematerializer right there. The Gobot dematerializer right there. The alien detention center right here. And again, like I said, it would have these platform type things that would fit in here, and you could put the Gobots in here. And it has this right here. If you could see this, let me show you a little bit better. Now, if you've ever owned those, you know what I'm talking about. See, like the elevator would go up, so you could send the Gobots between floors. This works just fine. You got to squeeze the back end of it just so the elevator would go up and down. And this part right here is basically what is this? A strategy command center. This is probably the main area for the command center. This is supposed to be the strategy command center. And this actually does turn. Let me show you. Bring it down a little bit lower. See, and this would turn, as you can see. So then it would, when you turn it and it's facing the inside, it would even say Strategy Command Center. So I guess you could put a Gobot or two in there, flip it around. It's like they're in a meeting. They're discussing plans of what they're going to do. And then you could flip it back, and there you go. See? So I'm really curious as we're looking at the Gobot Command Center. If you've never owned one, I am curious, as you can see right here, what was on the menu of the day back in here. If I could see this, let's see. Tune-up casserole. Get it? Tune-up casserole is one on here. A blast-off burger. Okay. A Hero basket special. Okay, I like Heroes. Turbo treats. What is this other one? Some of this kind of hard because the lighting's a little off in here. A chocolate shakes, it looks like. Cherry something. I can't read the rest of those. But anyways, you can see that. That's really fun. You can see that there's two, I guess they would be Gobots, and they're in the cafeteria, and it's the meal of the day. It's really pretty cool, I think. But again, this is and then I didn't even show you what the sticker says. If you've never seen this, I'm just kind of giving you an idea what the sticker says for this elevator compartment. This is missing a piece, I'm guessing. Looks like maybe it had a flap or something. And that is the vertical transportation module. So that is the what year is this? 1983, I think. Command Center. I believe this is 1983. Could be 1984. Command Center. 1984 Tonka Gobots Command Center. Again, this is a really fun piece. I just lost this other piece over here. See? I told you this was broken off. But again, this is a really cool piece because last time I actually played with this when it was in brand new condition was back, like I said, 1986 maybe. And it was really cool to find this. Made a trade for it, picked it up. Really good, like I said, for the year, for the age. And these are actually not hard to find, but not you won't see them everywhere because GoBots wasn't around a very long time. So it was kind of once they were out, they were out. And if you were able to get one, you were able to get one. So again, this is really cool to have. This is a really cool piece. I've got my what's her face? What's her face? Mercedes. Hold on one second, and I will grab her. How about that? Let me grab her real quick, and then we'll get to it. And we're back from those great commercials. What'd you think about those commercials? You know, Lucky Charms, Saturday morning cartoons. There were no commercials, in case you were wondering. I just paused the video for a moment so I could grab this one right here, Mercedes. I remember I bought this. I think I bought this at a flea market or a garage sale, and no, it was an estate sale, and it was $1. I paid $1 for this Mercedes. She's not in the best condition. I mean, she's missing the rubber tires on both ends, as you can see, but overall, the paint and everything on the Mercedes piece is really good. And she's somewhere. There she is. Stick your head out, lady. There she is. Or he. I believe it was a she. But again, GoBots were not hard to transform. Pretty simple. See? Has that little lever here so you can pop her head or his head, whatever. I believe it was a she. You could pop her head down and just hit the lever, pop her head back up. There she is. The arms were always in, pop them out. You pull them up, and there's the legs. That's why I said GoBots back in the day, super easy to put together, not hard at all to construct. This, see? Not hard at all. And that's basically how it would stand, see? If you've never seen any of the GoBots, which, I mean, if you know GoBots, and I'm sure you had one or you know of them, but that's how they stood. This is why I say when the GoBots came out originally, I was a really big fan because they were easy for a kid to be able to transform these. They were not hard to transform back. As you can see, pop these suckers down and then push them up. Here I say they're not hard to do. See? There you go. Back to a Mercedes car. Simple. That's how easy Transformers were. I mean, GoBots were. The Transformers were fun, don't get me wrong. But they were a challenge. And they were a lot more sophisticated toy, a lot better ideas when you were doing them. But this was really simple toys. They didn't have a high price tag like Transformers did. And because it didn't last long, there was only so many of the villains and good villains and heroes. So again, there you have it, guys. That was the 1984 Tonka Gobots Command Center, and I threw in showing my Mercedes, which she was one of the Renegades figurines that I've also got for the GoBots. And I would show Scooter, but I actually don't have Scooter in the mini Funhouse studio. I actually have it in our game room. So maybe I'll post a picture on our Instagram or even here on our YouTube channel. So guys, until next time, thanks for watching. Join the Funhouse, Retro Funhouse. Stay tuned because we're going to be visiting some fun gaming conventions. Retro Fest is coming up next month as of this video in November. December, we've got Retropalooza, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And let me know in the comments if you ever had GoBots, anything. And do you prefer GoBots or Transformers? Join the Funhouse, Retro Funhouse. Take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of each other. Peace.